people do not believe that the master-servant rule is still in play here. Check it out. Master-servant rule. Under this rule, master, employer, is liable for conduct of servant, employee, which occurs while servant is acting within scope of his employment or within scope of his authority. And if you're operating a motor vehicle, then you are transporting passengers or cargo for compensation. Okay? Passenger, in general, a person who gives compensation to another for transportation. And if so, then you are deemed to be an operative. Okay? A workman, a laboring man, an artisan, particularly one employed in factories, secret agent, or detective. And as a driver, you're considered to be a cooperative, okay? A corporation or association organized for purpose of rendering economic services without gain to itself, to shareholders or members who own and controls it. Let's read it again. A corporation or association organized for purpose of rendering economic services to shareholders or members who owns and controls it without gain to itself. Don't believe me? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth itself.
Ridiculous.
You wouldn't have to scam if you were cooperative.
That's just ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Sorry for what? For being uncooperative?
We're at a .103. Okay.
0.103, what does that mean? Under 0.8?
That means you're over the legal limit.
Okay.
Okay, so you do have to be placed under arrest.
Okay.
Okay. Just put your
So
hands behind your back.
are you
for
gonna
me.
take them home?
They're getting picked up. So.
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate you being cooperative.
Yep.
Want to know how your credit was stolen from you? Check it out. What is an accommodation party? An accommodation party is an individual who signs an employee's financing agreement, example, a mortgage, to lend his or her name, that is, credit, to the arrangement. The 1003 form is your employment arrangement. Okay? Check it out. Appendix B, Part 202, Model Application Form. And the fifth, in residential mortgage transaction, which contains a model disclosure for use in complying with 202.13 for certain dwelling related loans. 202.13 Information for monitoring purposes. Information to be requested. A creditor that receives an application for credit primarily for the purchase or refinancing of a dwelling occupied or to be occupied by the applicant as its principal residence, where the extension of credit will be secured by the dwelling, shall request as part of the application the following information regarding the applicant's ethnicity, etc. Principal residence means the location where a person currently resides, that is, presently resides even if at a temporary address, in conformance with the residency requirements of the state issuing the driver's license or identification card, if such requirement exists. Again, principal residence. Section 1003.4A6 requires a financial institution to identify whether the property to which the covered loan or application relates is or will be used as a residence that the applicant or borrower physically occupies and uses or will occupy and use as his or her principal residence. More proof that you are an employee. Section 1003.4A6 requires a financial institution to identify a property as an investment property if the borrower or applicant does not or will not occupy the property, even if the borrower or applicant does not consider the property as owned for investment property. For example, if a corporation purchases a property that is a dwelling under 1003.2F that it does not occupy, but that is for the long-term residential use of its employees, the property is an investment property for the purpose of 1003.4A6, even if the corporation considers the property as owned for business purposes rather than investment purposes, does not generate income by renting the property, and does not intend to generate income by selling the property at some point in time. If the property is for transitory use by employees, the property would not be considered a dwelling under 1003.2F. Okay? Business. What is business? Employment, occupation, profession, or commercial activity engaged in for gain or livelihood. Okay, as a driver, you're engaging in an occupation or profession or a commercial activity, even an employment position. You have two choices under regulation. Okay, under Part 202, Title 12, Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Okay, business credit refers to extensions of credit primarily for business or commercial. Okay, business, employment, but excluding extensions of credit of the types described in 202.3A-D. Okay, sum of credit means credit extended to a natural person, primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. More proof that it did not go to a natural person. Your credit went to business credit. Okay? Proof. Okay? Non-natural person. When the applicant and co-applicant, if applicable, are not natural persons, a financial institution complies with 1003.4A15 by reporting that the requirement is not applicable. Okay? Except for purchased covered loans, the credit score or scores relied on in making the credit decision, and the name and version of the scoring model used to generate each credit score. For the purpose of this paragraph, A15 credit score has the meaning set forth in 15 U.S.C. 1681 GL 2A. Again, non-natural person. A financial institution complies with 1003.4A23 by reporting that the requirement is not applicable when the applicant and co-applicant, if applicable, are not natural persons. 1003.4A23. Let's go there. 1003.4 23. Except for purchase covered loans, the ratio of the applicant's or borrower's total monthly debt to the total monthly income relied on is in making the credit decision. Okay? All this pertaining to your straw man, meaning not you, not the natural person. Do not they rely on your debt to income ratio? Check it out. Income data. Income relied on. When a financial institution evaluates income as part of a credit decision, it reports the gross annual income relied on in making the credit decision. For example, if an institution relies on an applicant's salary to compute a debt-to-income ratio, but relies on the applicant's annual bonus to evaluate credit worthiness, the institution reports the salary and bonus to the extent relied upon. Okay, guys, read on. Going down. Okay. Voila. Income data. Non-natural person. Okay. A financial institution reports that the requirement is not applicable when the applicant or co-applicant is not a natural person. Example, a corporation, partnership, or trust. For example, for a transaction involving a trust, a financial institution reports that the requirement to report income data is not applicable if the trust is the applicant. On the other hand, if the applicant is a natural person and is the beneficiary of a trust, a financial institution is required to report the information described in 1003 for a 10 III. And this is an actual deed of trust. They even gave us notice of our confidentiality rights. Okay? And it reads, if you are a natural person, you may remove or strike any or all of the following information from any instrument that transfers an interest in real property before it is filed for record in the public records. Your social security number or your driver's license number. That is the employee connection. Now, does anyone think if we would have struck the driver's license number, could we then be considered as a natural person? Hit me up in the comments section.
Para continuar en español, por favor, oprima 1. For quality assurance purposes, your call may be recorded. If you are calling for information about a driver's license, driving record, or a suspension, press 1. For questions regarding titles, registration, license plates, or disabled placards, press 2. Dealers, including. To better serve you, please have your vehicle information available. We are able to look up vehicle records by vehicle identification number, license plate, or title number. For title questions, please press 1. For registration questions, please press 2. For license plates or disabled placard questions, please press 3. Our goal is to give you great service, and we appreciate hearing how we did. Are you willing to take a short survey at the end of your call? Press 1 if you wish to take the survey. Good morning. Thank you for holding. My name is Tammy. Can I have your name, please?
Yes, hi. I'm Don.
Hi, Don. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm trying to figure out how to register my vehicle under the proper class. And I want to see if you can help me out.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple questions. Is this a new vehicle for you?
Yes and no. Yes
Is it
and no.
already titled and registered in your name, sir?
Well, it used to be. It used to be. I didn't. I let the registration run out due to the fact that it was registered under the wrong class, and I wanted to re-register it under the proper class and see if I can help. If you can help me out, because I've been studying the registration manual for a couple of years now and trying to find out how do I register it under the proper class. And according to the Texas driver license, the class of a Texas driver license is determined by the type of vehicle operated and the gross weight vehicle rating and the number of passengers the vehicle can hold.
Okay, can I have the VIN number for the vehicle, sir?
Okay, right now I don't have the information at hand. From according to the you guys' website, the determination can be by the gross weight vehicle rating and the seating capacity.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is it, sir?
It's a Toyota 4Runner. That seats capacity of 5 and gross weight vehicle weight rating of 5,200 pounds.
Okay, so it sounds like it's just a normal passenger, truck, just a passenger vehicle.
Okay, the problem with that is under the registration manual, the passenger vehicle accommodates 10 or fewer. So they people get it confused about 10 or fewer, and the word accommodate means make room for. So I have to have room for 10 passengers for it to be a regular passenger vehicle. According to the manual definition of regular passenger automobile. So if I register my vehicle and give my license to register vehicle and they give me the license plate back and I attach the license plate to my vehicle, and if the police get behind me when they type my license plate in, it's going to come back reading as 16 passengers or more, which authorizes them to regulate, being the fact that they're saying that I'm operating a motor vehicle transporting passengers or cargo. And I'm just trying to figure out how do I register
Okay.
a regular private automobile that's not in the description.
That is a regular passenger vehicle. You'll get that registered through your county tax office, and it's not going to be, if it's just a regular passenger vehicle, that's how they'll what's the word I'm looking for? That's how they'll rate it. It's just, a passenger vehicle. Just like my car can seat 5, people, but it's rated as a passenger vehicle.
Okay.
That means it would haul, 10 or fewer people, right?
No, wrong.
So
It say it has to
it doesn't
accommodate.
mean that it's set up for 10. It just means that, the passenger rating could go up to the 10.
So we should ignore the word accommodate. Because it says it has to accommodate
because
10 or fewer. I mean, I have to have room for 10 or less. So if I was to go to a amusement park and get on a ride with me and my family, it's 4 of us and it seats 10. That means it seats 10 or less.
So what it's saying is that up to 10. Not that you have to have 10,
All right,
but
but
up to 10.
it has to have room to seat 10, correct? Yes.
It could be up to 10 is what it's saying. Anything after 10, then it's going to, then any vehicle that would carry more than 10 people is going to have a different rating. It's not going to be listed as a passenger vehicle, right?
Yes, it's going to be listed
This
as.
is saying that up to 10 people, along with the, the other requirements for it, it could be listed as a passenger vehicle.
Oh, okay. So that's what it is. It's the definition. It was getting everybody confused. All right. Okay. So even if then it would, it says under your law, it says that I could register my 8 or less passenger vehicle if I was operating it for commerce, for passengers. I'm not transporting passengers. So even if I do operate it or register it as a regular passenger vehicle, according to your manual, it still states that I'm operating it and transporting passengers for hire, and I'm not doing that. I just need a regular private traveling or regular traveling license plate, and see if there is one existing, because y'all saying that it's a passenger car and
Okay.
it's
So,
not.
just 1 second. Let me get to the page that you're reading because
So
that's
you're going to 502.
1 second.
I'm sorry.
What chapter? What chapter and page are you on, sir?
502 transportation code, or you want to go to the manual? It doesn't matter.
We're talking the manual.
The manual,
Yes.
registration manual. Oh. I have so many tabs, I done lost it. Oh, shit. Well, actually it's 502. If you want to go to the transportation code, which is the registration, it's they all have the same codes. The manual and the 502 transportation code is practically the same.
1 second. Okay. Okay, and then what number on 502 are you at?
Okay, it's so if you go down to what is it, 32? Yeah, 32. I'm sorry, 502 502.001 32.
Okay, so you want to look at section 541.201? Is
Correct.
that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Then you would go down to number 7. No, number 12. No, I'm sorry, number 11. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 12, yes. And the word accommodate means I have to make room for 10. And it has to be designed to make room for 10, basically.
Designed to accommodate 10 or fewer passengers. So if it's designed to accommodate only 5 passengers, it's still a passenger car. If it's designed to accommodate 8 passengers, it's still a passenger car. So this is what it's saying. It's used to transport persons and designed to accommodate 10 or fewer passengers.
Right.
When it says used to transport persons, that doesn't mean that you're being paid to transport people. That just means there's people in the vehicle with you.
Right. So the word transportation derived from the word commerce. Without the word commerce, transportation would not exist. So if I'm transport is just short for transportation. So if I'm transporting anything, I'm in transportation, and I'm not transporting anything. I'm not transporting persons. And it says passengers, and the term passengers means someone that gives compensations for transportation. There's no way you can get around the word passenger. The passenger just means someone's giving compensation for a ride. And I'm not transporting any passengers. And I'm just trying to figure out how that, huh?
And when you're saying that passengers means that they have to pay you, where are you looking at that definition, sir?
The Black's Law Dictionary, the same dictionary that the judges use behind his desk.
The what dictionary? I'm sorry?
Black's Law Dictionary. The dictionary, the legal dictionary.
Okay. Yeah, that's getting a little bit further than, what I can tell you. Passengers, of course there's people that do pay for transportation.
Mm-hmm.
But in this aspect, this is just talking about, you and the people in your vehicle are just moving. You're just you're even transporting yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you go, but I just want to clarify that passenger. It means, in general, a person who gives compensation to another for transportation. The word passenger, however, various meaning depending upon the word passengers has, however, various meanings depending upon the circumstances under which the context in which the word is used. Sometimes it is construed in a restrictive legal sense as referring to one who is being carried by another for hire or other occasions. The word is interpreted as meaning by occupant of a vehicle other than a person operating it. Right. So okay, so clearly there is no way that I can register my vehicle as just a regular private traveling. I guess.
Yes, you can, sir. It can be, just a passenger vehicle, just like my vehicle is, and it's just the vehicle that you drive, to go to the store, go to work, wherever you're going.
Okay.
And passengers in that sense are just, don't get me wrong, there are some people who do Uber and stuff like that, but they have to have certain types of insurance to be able to do that, to be able to carry passengers in their car that they're being reimbursed for. But in this sense, you don't have to be being compensated to be able to take your family in the vehicle with you or your friends or anything like that.
That's cool. I would believe that if I can find that somewhere in the laws, but I'm sorry, there's nowhere that says that in the laws. It says that compensation is only when it's dealing with passengers, but that's just for another, debate for courthouse, I guess. But thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
You're very welcome. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
And evidence of a process agent for many entities. The U.S. government does not endorse and generally does not require the use of private businesses or vendors. FMCSA will not contact regulated entities through telemarketers or robocall automated solicitations.
Okay, guys, what I'm about to show you here, what y'all about to listen to, is the FMCSA agree that if you are not operating or transporting passengers or cargo for hire, you need not register with them with the DOT number. Okay? And then I'm going to show you how they still have us under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Okay? By registering your automobile per your driver's license. Okay? Check it out.
Nor will we request a credit card number or charge a fee for our downloadable forms. Report aggressive or misleading telemarketers at https://reportfraud.ftc.gov/. If you are calling about the FMCSA drug and alcohol to change your name or rating authority documents, press 8.
Hello, my name is Jerry. May I have your USDOT or MC number, please?
There was an accident. I really don't have one. I'm trying to see if you can, since I have you on the line, see if you can transfer me somehow because I have questions about how to register my vehicle.
Somehow I hit the wrong button and got him on the line. But since he's on the line, may as well, right? Right.
If you can help me, that would be fine.
Okay, and you're trying to register your vehicle?
Yes, I'm trying to register it under the proper class.
Okay, yeah, I can assist you with that. Can I have your first and last name, please?
Before I give you that, my name is Don. You can call me Don for now. And I just see if I can get a few questions answered before I give you that information.
Yeah, understood. So I am required to ask you for your information at the beginning of our calls. So I'll just ask you, and if you choose not to disclose that, that'll be fine. So can I have a good email address to reach you at today, sir?
Yeah, Don Wiggles, DonWiggles @gmail.com.
Thank you. And that's B as in boy, ONWIGGLES @gmail.com.
No, D as in David.
D as in David. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And do you have a good phone number just in case we get disconnected today, sir?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. And would you like to provide your first and last name?
No, my name is Don for now.
Okay, understood. And how can I assist you today, sir?
Yes, are you familiar with Form OP1P?
OP1P?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, familiar with that form, sir.
Okay, Section 3. So I'm trying to register my vehicle, and according to you guys, I've been studying the Federal Motor Carrier Safety regulations and administrations for a couple of years now, and I'm trying to figure out how to register my vehicle. It was once registered under the.
You guys forgive me for the my lawn guys was cutting my grass, so I have to deal with the background for a little bit.
Wrong class, and I'm trying to see if I can get it registered under the proper class, because according to you guys, certification, safety certification, it is determined by the weight class and the seating capacity. Am I correct?
I'm correct.
Okay, well, my vehicle weighs 50.
Notice that the young lady, after I told her the same thing, that that she did not need my VIN number, that all she needed was the gross weight vehicle rating and the seating capacity, and she understood that. That's funny.
200 pounds and a seating capacity of 5, and a passenger car. Definition of a passenger car is a motor vehicle that is designed and used to transport or accommodate 10 or fewer passengers, and my vehicle doesn't do that. So I'm trying to figure out what class do I register it up under, being that I'm not a motor carrier and I'm not a driver of a motor carrier, and I'm trying to see if you guys can help me out and see, because I realize it states that applicants that will not operate any of the commercial motor vehicle are exempt from Federal Motor Carrier Safety regulations and must complete the safety certification under the heading title exempt applicants. Is that true? Hello?
Right there is where we got disconnected, and he called right back.
Wow.
Okay. So what was you saying, sir? I'm sorry.
I'm saying I was trying to see if I can register my vehicle, because the driver license that was issued to me, it says that I'm authorized to operate a motor vehicle that a Class C single motor vehicle that that is designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. And my vehicle does not match that descriptions. As per the transportation code, says the vehicle must be appropriate for the the license has to be appropriate for the vehicle that's being driven.
Now, again, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration regulations and interpretations through 49 CFR 300 through 399. Okay, that's dealing with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, who I am with on the phone. Now, here's the shocker. 522-005, Rulemaking Authority. The department may adopt rules necessary to carry out this chapter and the Federal Act, and to maintain compliance with who? 49 CFR 383 384. Okay? You're still dealing with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration under the Transportation Code of 522. How you figure that? Commercial motor vehicle. Okay? Remember, the driver's license. Okay? The driver's license is determined by the type of vehicle operated, okay? And the gross weight vehicle rating, okay? And the who? Number of passengers the vehicle can hold. Okay? Now, if my Class C driver's license is operating an individual to operate a vehicle that is designed to transport 16 or more passengers, would not that be the number of passengers the vehicle can hold? Okay? And if so, then once you register your driver's license to your automobile, and you attach those plates to that automobile, then once they run your plates, it's going to come up as a vehicle that can hold 16 passengers. Okay? It's just that simple. And if so, then you're bound, and then you're subject to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Okay? Being that that's where it gets its operating authority from. Okay? Just that simple. That's what I'm trying to get these people to realize on this phone.
So I'm trying to figure out, how do I register my personal car, and under what class do I register it up under?
Yeah. And exactly what type of vehicle would it be?
It's a Toyota 4Runner, 1999 Toyota 4Runner. That's 5,200 pounds, seating capacity of 5.
Okay.
But the driver's license does not state that. Okay? It states that my vehicle can hold 16 passengers. But it doesn't. Take out your driver's license. Look at your driver's license. Your vehicle should hold 16 passengers. Okay? Remember, number of passengers the vehicle can hold. Okay? This is the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's jurisdiction. Okay? This is subject to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. A stop sign, a red light, a speed sign. It's all effects of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations.
Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Let me look into this for you. Deeper, would you mind if I placed you on a brief hold, sir?
Oh, no, I don't mind at all.
Thank you. I'll be right back with you.
Okay. To transport passengers.
Okay, I'm back. Are you with me?
Yes,
Okay. And you said the vehicle's 5,200 pounds?
correct. And that
Okay.
is
So
not.
would that be-
Hold on, excuse me. And that is not being operated to transport passengers for hire or compensation.
Okay, so you will not be transporting passengers for hire?
Yes, or compensation. Yes, or I'm not. I'm not registered as a motor carrier at all. Or I'm not driving for a motor carrier. So I'm trying to figure out how do I register my vehicle under the proper registration class, being the fact that I'm not doing either of those activities.
Yeah. What would you be doing?
Just personal traveling, family personal traveling, and I'm just trying to figure out which registration do I can I register under so I won't be confused with the drivers that's on the road that's actually driving these motor vehicles that has to follow the federal motor carrier safety regulation, because as per the application states, they say the applicants that will not operate any of the commercial motor vehicles specified above are exempt from the federal motor carrier safety regulations and must complete the safety certification under the heading titled exempt applicants.
Now, a stop sign, a red light, a speeding sign are federal motor carrier safety regulations. Okay?
So I don't know if the OP1 form was filled out the wrong way. I'm just trying to figure out how do I register my personal automobile without being, labeled as a driver operating for hire.
Yeah. So there's a couple options you could do. Whenever you apply for a USDOT number, you could select that you carry private property. And then that way, excuse me, that way you wouldn't have to have an MC number or anything, and you would be able to cross state lines without that. But if you're not going to be operating and carrying passengers or property, typically you wouldn't need a USDOT number.
I would need the USDOT. Wouldn't that subject me to the federal motor carrier safety regulations also, though?
Yeah, so the FMCSA typically regulates USDOT numbers and MC numbers. And that's typically for for hire carriers that cross state lines or for hire passenger carriers. So typically if you're not doing any business, then you're not required to file with us.
Did you hear that? Carrying passengers. Okay? Number of passengers the vehicle can hold. Okay? What does the term passenger mean? Okay? In general, a person who gives compensation to another for transportation. Okay? It's just that simple.
Who do I file with?
For vehicle registration, if you contact your state DMV.
And that's the DMV lady that I just got off the phone with, who's in complete agreement with me. Huh?
They may have more information on that.
And it's crazy when you say that, because she just transferred me to you guys. She said she didn't have no information in regards to that particular matter. So that's why I called. Well, she transferred me to you guys, and I'm just trying to get registered so I won't be, so it'll cause a lot of conflict out here on the streets, being the fact that the enforcement officers are, they should be enforcing, the safety regulations of motor carriers and operators of motor vehicles, and I'm not operating a motor vehicle. I'm just personal traveling, and I just want to get it registered under the proper registration, because I don't want to ride around without any license plate, being the fact that a license plate actually puts you in the jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So typically the FMCSA, we regulate trucking companies and moving companies and things like that.
And things like that.
For just your own private use, if you'll be traveling, I wouldn't see any reason you would need to file for a USDOT number with us. especially being that your vehicle is 5,200 pounds. And typically our requirement is any vehicles above 10,000 pounds are required to get a US DOT number.
Don't make me rewind that.
All right, so you don't have any recommendation who I can call? Because they send me to you guys. And
Yeah. For that, I'd recommend contacting the state DMV, but if they sent you to us, give me 1 second here and I can try to find maybe an alternative line or something along those lines for you.
That's all I'm going to do, guys, on this one. Read up and leave comments. Tell me what y'all think about what just transpired. Leave me your understanding of what we was reading. Until next time.